For years, I tried to stop watching porn, but nothing worked. And it felt really confusing because on the outside, I was just your everyday guy, you know. I had a lot of friends, I played football, I went to parties. But then behind closed doors, there was just this one problem which I felt so much shame about. And I did not know how to stop it.
But I didn't know. I mean, I feel bad. Like, couldn't believe it when you first told me that you used to be addicted to porn. I was like, well, when? I'm like, from 12. I mean, you were living in my house. Where was this happening? How was this happening? You know, and how did you keep this completely secret from me?
I tried everything. No frap streaks, meditating, journaling, working out, just trying to distract myself and avoid triggers, and even having therapy, but nothing I did would work. I would always end up relapsing. I'm not going to feel this shit again. I can't afford to feel this shit again. It's just horrendous. Like, my head's clogged up, work was shit, I feel stressed. Like, life just ain't feeling too great right now. I began a podcast and a YouTube channel and started to talk about my personal experience of overcoming pornography addiction, but I was still stuck in the no fap streak mentality, having these constant ups and downs. So I'm currently on 101 days of no fap, and I want to provide a quick update on my experience so far. And then finally, everything changed. Everything changed when one podcast guest entered my life. That podcast guest was Mary Poris.
I mean, there's nothing worse than being in a compulsive behavior and wishing you could stop and trying to control it or trying not to think about it. That's just like living in hell, really. I mean, you've experienced it.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It's tough. It's no fun. And
yeah,
that was one of the hardest parts, is definitely just constantly thinking about it. It's just frustrating. It's exhausting. Mary taught me the Beyond Compulsion method, and I came to understand that for all those years, there literally hadn't been anything wrong with me. I simply hadn't been taught how to deal with compulsive desires correctly. Before Mary, I had no idea how to actually deal with urges and those moments where my mind would be flooded with thoughts like, one peak won't hurt, or this doesn't really count if it's on Instagram, or it's normal, everyone does it. These thoughts kept on coming back over and over, and so I kept on relapsing, and I began to lose trust and confidence in myself. What I needed was a reliable, clear plan to deal with these thoughts and put the rational part of my mind back in control in the moments that mattered.
the techniques that I'll teach you for dealing with the compulsive desire vary directly that compulsive desire, so you can be with it long enough to change the outcome, to change the action. They're based in rational emotive therapy.
Mary provided me with an in-depth, thorough education on exactly how the addicted part of the mind was working. She then condensed all of this education into a singular A4 sheet of paper, the 5-fact script.
You know, the way we live, you can't avoid triggers. You can't avoid exposure to this kind of stuff. So it's a matter of retraining the brain so that in any situation, you can make a choice.
Since learning the Beyond Compulsion method, my life has completely transformed. I now have zero fear of urges, and I can finally trust myself. I'm now playing football better than ever, and I'm in a relationship which is really great as well. And me and Mary Poris are now sharing the Beyond Compulsion method with more people who would love to take back control of their minds. And how are things sort of falling into place now you're on the straight line?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about like the kind of manifestation of the benefits and stuff. Obviously, the confidence, as in personal confidence and just trusting in my own thinking, has really sort of taken its place now.
It's been the best 3 months of my life, and yeah, I'm super thankful. So Beyond Compulsion changed everything for me. And I think that makes sense because it's unlike any approach out there, really. And I know because I tried a lot of them.
Yeah, but I do feel like, in a way, I've just been given like a second chance at life. Like, honestly, it's unbelievable how different. I didn't actually think it would be like this.
For so many years, I thought this problem was about going on a long streak, but for all those years, I was completely wrong. And what me and the guys I've worked with have discovered is it's so much more about actually being in control of yourself. So much more about how do you actually feel? You know, have you mastered your mind, or are you still like a puppet on a string? So if you want to understand how much this problem is really impacting you, then you can take the compulsion test, get a score out of 100, and this metric, it's not about how many days you can go without watching porn. It's really about how much this problem is truly making you feel. Hopefully this video can inspire you and show you what's really possible. You can rewire your brain. You can completely overcome this problem for good. So click subscribe and continue to follow our journey as we help more and more people take back control of their mind for good.